Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a celebrity psychic reading on the one and the only Perez Hilton. So I'm going to go ahead and give him the tea, the insight, etc. Let me go ahead and tell you how this reading came about. Well, one of my clients slash friends, Mabel Athena, she's from the UK, I believe. She paid on Perez actually has something where on his website, I believe, where he can do cameos or like personalized videos for people if you pay a certain amount. And she paid for me for him to do a video for me requesting. She wanted to see me do a psychic reading on him, and so she paid for him to do a mini video requesting that he'd like to also see that too. So I'm very honored. I'm very excited to do this. I don't typically do readings on, just YouTube personalities because he's a very famous YouTube vlogger, blogger. He is a celebrity in his own right. So he's been on TV before. I believe it was the Big Brother, and he's been in the news, before for a lot of the stuff that he talks about and he vlogs about. So I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory into who he is. He is again a YouTuber personality, like me. He is been on TV. He is an actor. He has been on the radio. He has his own radio podcast. He has his own website as well, which is fabulous. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check that out. And I'll be including a link to his website as well below. And it is, let me see, what's the website? It's perezhilton.com. And it's a plethora. It's like almost like if you go to one of these gossip sites like, E-News or, any other 2fab.com. He has a lot of different things, and he brings a lot of people on his vlog, daily vlogging, a lot of updates about celebrities, etc. So again, that is who Perez Hilton is, and I'm going to be doing a reading on him. So when I get into his energy and to what I see for him for 2018 and 2019 going forward, there's a lot of good energy for him. He is very much about work mode. So that's going to take precedence, and it always has been. His work has always been very, how should I say it, important to him on many levels. And it's not easy what he does. He reminds me of the male version of Joan Rivers, when she had her own show and she was here on Earth. There was a lot of controversy because she would say things that people were thinking but were too afraid to say, and he just keeps it real and he tells people, what he feels, what he thinks, and that is, someone who is living out their life purpose and is being very authentic to themselves and unrestricted, and that's a very rawness that we don't typically see with a lot of people nowadays, because a lot of people they carry a facade. And I feel like Perez, he is someone who is eccentric, flamboyant, but at the same time he is someone that is very down to earth and a very good person. He just says things that people are thinking but are too afraid to say, and that's the type of person that I am myself when I'm doing readings. Even though I am limited to what I can say, obviously I'll never sugarcoat anything and I keep it real. So what I'm seeing for him is a lot of work projects that he's working on. I see a lot of success in his career. He is going to have some, over the next 2 to 3 years, there's going to be some important roles for him. Something about having his own TV show apart from the podcasting and the YouTube personality thing. He'll always do those, but I do feel like he is aiming more for like a TV type of, maybe being a co-host for a fashion show or a segment on like E-News or on the E channel. There's going to be something with TV production and them reaching out to him, because again, he's worked very hard for many years, since the early 2000s, and he's been working all this time. But anybody that works very hard, sometimes it takes years before you get to that pinnacle of success that you are really looking forward to. And I'm not saying that he's not successful, because obviously he's had a lot of accolades and things that, that he's achieved and accomplished. So by no means is this reading, kind of like throwing shade at all, or not giving him credit for how hard he's worked and all that he's overcome, because been involved in a lot of legalities and things that of people and these corporations that want to silence Perez, because he is someone, like I said, that keeps it real and gives you the real tea. It's what he who he is, and people just don't like that. They don't want to, but we have freedom of speech. We have that and other laws that protect us. So again, he's just doing what people that are on TV, that get paid to do, or newspapers, and nobody bullies them. But I do feel like he's worked very hard, and it's now coming to a point where he is going to have that success that he is wanting. So again, I see him doing TV in some kind of form or fashion. He's going to have some other roles there. There may be another movie as well that he will be in or starring in. He's getting, what I'm being shown by Spirit is that he's entering a period where there is going to be a lot more of attention on him, and it's more positive than negative, and people really learning to embrace and love who he is. You either, it's like with anyone, you either love or you hate them, and I think a lot of people are realizing that he's not this person, that this person that's just like a facade that he puts on. He's not that. He keeps it authentic, and that's who he really is. I do feel very much with him is that there's a lot of traveling too. So I do see a lot of traveling over the next 2 to 3 years. There's this East Coast, West Coast. So I know that I believe he's in Los Angeles, but there's, he was formerly, I believe, in Miami as well. I could be wrong on that. But what Spirit is showing me is that there's a lot of traveling. So I don't know if this is more for business purposes, or just personal, but there is going to be some traveling involved as well. And maybe even switching up eventually to move out of Los Angeles, even though that is ideally where I feel like he will have the most success, and it's very strategic that he moved there. But again, I feel like there's always going to be a connection or a pull to vacation, or to kind of go and visit his old stomping grounds, to go to the East Coast, whether it's New York or it's Florida. But for business purposes, I see a lot of traveling, and also in his personal life, meeting up, doing tours, stuff like that. So he's going to be very, very busy. I feel like there's a lot of that going on. I also feel like there is a very spiritual side to Perez Hilton that we don't typically see, or that he doesn't really like to show a lot, but he is a very spiritual person. I feel like he does meditate, and he does connect. I do feel like he is very intuitive as well. So if he gets something about a celebrity and he knows that they're lying, etc., that's his intuitive abilities that are speaking to him. And a lot of people misconstrue that as just as gossip, or just him thinking a certain way, but this is actually Perez Hilton really tuning in, and we all have a certain level of intuition. So I think that you can relate, those of you that are out there that are his fans or supporters, and those that are my fans and supporters, my rays of light, you'll be able to really connect to what he's saying and understand that it's not coming from a malicious intent or a malicious side. He's really just tuning into his higher self. And a lot of times as you get older, and he's young still, he's like 41, so as he gets older, his abilities are going to get stronger, and that happens to a lot of us that have like latent abilities that have opened up. And for him, I feel like he's always been intuitive, but a lot of the drama and stuff that he's been in, it's like it takes a very strong person to go through that. And so a lot of his psychic abilities have, a lot of people's psychic abilities will open up after traumatic experiences, after dealing with a lot of crap, a lot of lower vibrational things. Sometimes those lower vibrational people in our lives that are very, out to get us, or to get our money, or to hurt us in some kind of way, or slander us, it causes us to wake up. And with him, I feel like that's what's happened. All these corporations that have, sued him or have tried to sue him in some kind of way to hurt Perez, there has been this awakening that he's gone through spiritually. So he's not the same person that he was in 2001, versus now. He's evolved, he's changed, he's matured, and this is a continual growth process of his spiritual side. What I am shown still is that even though he goes through all of this, and providing us with new content and being very creative and just giving his time on YouTube and on his blogs, etc., on his website, to do this, that there is a side right now where I feel like there's a lot of it's almost very on some days he has bad days. Like there could be depression is what I'm getting to, and it's something that's very real. I feel like he could be very tired and just not feeling very well, but he is a trooper and he'll continue to do that, and people won't know while he's smiling on camera and he's providing us these contents and this this news, the tea, that all of this is going on in his personal life. When it comes to his love life, he's very private about his love life. That's what Spirit says. And I feel like he doesn't really want to talk too much about that. But I do feel like in the next year or so, he's going to open up a little bit more about this. There may be some videos about, love, talking about that. I do see that there is someone that would be interested in him or that he would be interested in. So it's very intriguing. There's a lot of this communication going back and forth with a gentleman. This gentleman has dark brown hair. Could be like black, but I feel like it's dark brown what I'm seeing. And I do feel like this person is willing to give their time and energy. They're not like an F-boy that I would say, they are someone that is very genuine, and I feel like this is what he's looking for. Maybe not necessarily looking for, but maybe it's time, and he's thinking about love, he's thinking about his future. All of us can relate that we don't want to be lonely in this lifetime. We don't want to be alone. And with him, I feel like there's this been a lot of thought over the last 2 to 3 years about having a soulmate, having a partner. When is it going to happen? When is that going to come into fruition? And I see that there's communication, and that's something that is going to happen for Perez Hilton. And it's very exciting for him. But at the same time, I feel like he is happy and content being the way he is. If it's single, there's a lot of people that come into this world and never get married, regardless if you're gay, bisexual, heterosexual, etc. There's a lot of people that come into this world, and that is part of their soul contract or their blueprint. And I think a lot of people think, well, maybe I've done something wrong. Maybe I'm not handsome enough. Maybe I'm not pretty enough. And that's not the case. It's just the way that it was written and that we chose before coming to Earth to have that kind of lifestyle or have that kind of love life. Because sometimes when you are involved with other people in a relationship, it can derail you and detract you from your life mission and your purpose here on Earth. So with him, I do get that that would be one of the reasons that he has always found it kind of challenging in his love life. But he's very guarded when it comes to love and really trying to be protective of his heart space. I do feel like, in this is going to have to, in his love life, he's going to have to take a chance and take a risk, and cut out certain people that maybe would be potentials out there for him, but they're really are F-boys, and they're not really men. They're not really interested in anything but fun and games. And there is someone that I feel like he may fall for, that he thinks that may be a potential person of interest or a partner, but this person is involved in another relationship with someone else. So it's almost like a third party relationship, and there's heartbreak on the horizon if he's not careful. So again, the future is unwritten, and he can change anything in his life right now, or anything that is going on, again, with this reading, because again, we have free will, and again, the future is not written in stone. So I'm not a fortune teller. I'm a psychic medium. We can give insights. And this is what I'm getting from Spirit. There is also some kind of legalities that are coming up. Like I do feel like his the legal issues that he's had in the past. There's going to be something in the future. But what I see with this is that he would be coming out with money. So it could be that Perez ends up, suing someone because of something they do, or there's just some kind of lawsuit involved. And I do see money coming into him, coming to him, regarding all of this. And that happens within 2 to 3 years from now, anywhere between now and 2 to 3 years, I would say. And he is going to be reaching a cross point in his career, in his personal life, of where he wants to go, the direction he wants to take. There's going to be two different choices. It could be more of like radio opportunity or more of a TV opportunity. And also feel like there is going to be a point where he's working on some kind of book, and there will be something that he writes which may not make sense to him right now, or people that are on his team. But I do see that there is something going on with like writing a book, and that is eventually going to come out. This could be a book about his life, doing celebrities, talking about celebrities, and what he's experienced as a YouTuber, as a vlogger, etc. But there is going to be a book, that Spirit is talking about. But overall, he's going to be, he's going to have a career that is always going to have longevity, and he's going to be successful. He's going to be making those coins. But this is what I'm seeing for now. On a different note, his mom is very special to him. She's a beautiful lady. I've seen her on his podcast and or his vlogs on YouTube, and I do feel like her health will be at the forefront over the next 2 years. So there's something about the digestive system, the stomach area. Again, these are going to be things that I'm not diagnosing. I'm not a doctor, but from a spiritual perspective, what is coming from Spirit, something that she would need to watch. And so her health is going to be very important, especially if she's getting, medicine, or she is, being told that she needs to change her diet, etc. These are things that she would need to listen to very carefully. And for Perez, I've seen that he's going to be going through a lot of reiterations of himself. He's definitely going to go through a lot of transformations, whether it's weight, it's hair, it's, his whole body image. I also feel like there's going to be some kind of non-invasive small procedure. This could be like a cosmetic procedure, and I'm all for people wanting to enhance their body, because this is something that we can always change, and we should do anything and everything that we want to be beautiful. So I'm all for it, but I do see that there is something on a small scale that he will be doing over the next 2 to 3 years, basically having a cosmetic procedure, and it's something that it's going to boost his self-esteem, it's going to help him, etc. So that's all I will say. I want to thank all of you out there for tuning in again, for the Perez Hilton fans, and for my fans, my Rays of Light, and for Mabel. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for suggesting me to do this reading on Perez Hilton. And if y'all have any other suggestions, please comment in the comment section below. Once again, a shout out to Perez Hilton. Thank you so much for allowing me to do a reading on you. And you can go to his website. It's www.perezhilton.com. And be sure to check out his YouTube channel as well. He's hilarious. He's down to earth, and he keeps it real. And he gives a lot of good, insight as well on these celebrities. So blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world.